If you're watching this on YouTube and wondering why I'm so bundled up, it is -1 degree, so I need to make this quick. Okay, let's go. On season 1 of this podcast, I asked what folks wanted to see more of in the world, and I got some amazing answers.
Therapy.
Healthcare.
More of a village.
We need more truth.
Make music with somebody.
The world all around just kind of needs more love.
Free housing.
Just kindness.
Access to fresh, local food. I would have to say 3-day weekends.
Weekends.
That'd be pretty beneficial.
So many amazing answers from so many amazing people. Now, after I wrapped season 1, I did some introspection and I asked Charlie what he wanted to see more of in the world. And you know what he said? He said, more episodes of more of that, please. So here we go. Welcome to season 2. Hello world, you're listening to More of That Please, the pop-up podcast that's all about finding out what people want to see more of in the world. Now, every weekend I pop up at different community events to listen, learn, and share what people believe would make the world a better place. I'm your host, Charlie Karomi, and big up yourself for tuning in. Now, today's episode was recorded at a super special community event, an 80th birthday party. Now, on January 14th, 1946, on the very western edge of Canada, and right about the middle of Vancouver Island, the town of Comox was born. Metaphorically, of course. The actual term is that the town was incorporated. Fast forward 80 years, and it's a party. The town hosted a community open house at Comox Archives and Museum, and I was on location to chat with some of those lovely Comoxians, starting with the town's chief public representative.
My name is Mayor Nicole Minions. I am the mayor with the town of Comox. And we are here this evening at the 80th anniversary celebration. We are celebrating incorporation from January 14th, 1946. So it's basically like a birthday anniversary celebration with the community, celebrating where we are today and our history.
Nice. 80 years. Can you imagine?
I can't.
I was just looking at the oldest aerial photo of Comox from 1929, and it's grown a bit since then, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's actually pretty incredible when you look at like every decade, how much actually changes. Sometimes a little bit scary.
Yeah,
think
you're
where
like,
we'd be in 30 years or we're getting to the Jetsons.
I was just reading up on some of the history, and the town incorporating in 1946, it was a difficult time. So World War II just ended. Where it was like 1 million Canadians went through, I think 100,000 either dead or wounded. There was a huge earthquake in 46 as well.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of things going on. And from all of that, the town still incorporated. That's the props to them for doing that. That was amazing.
Yeah. There was a lot of natural disasters. There was a fire. There was basically economic hardship from the end of World War II.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to see in Comox, there's people that have lived here since the early 1900s.
Yeah.
And, having people come out that are in their 70s and 80s and say they've lived here for all of that time is just it's an important time to capture, their experiences and their stories.
Yeah.
And we really want everyone to feel welcome in sending in their pictures, no matter what they are. It's their experience.
Because it's all about those stories, lest they be forgotten, sharing the stories and learning from them. That's beautiful. I love how a central part of this is sharing those stories and teaching people and just sharing that as a community. I love that.
Yeah. I think we really focus sometimes on the leadership stories or the people that, may head an organization or have that history, but really every single person has those stories to share. So it's that inclusion of please share any story that you want, you want to share with your neighbor or your community. So
I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, before I let you go, I have to ask you this. The main theme of our podcast is finding out what people want to see more of in the world. Let me ask you this. What's one amazing thing about Comox, the town of Comox, that you would love to see replicated in towns and cities all across the world to make the world a better place?
Yeah, I love that question. I think the biggest thing that I've seen here, and I've lived in a couple different cities and different countries, is that people really care about other people here. So it's not about what's the best thing for me or what's the best thing for my house. People are really community minded here. So when we go out and do coldest night of the year as a community in February, we're one of the highest fundraising communities in Canada, even though we're, small and mighty. And you see that time and time again, whether it's an arts and culture festival like Nautical Days or Philburg Festival, or it's neighbors helping each other through some of the programs that we have, our volunteer fire department. We really have a mentality of it's better to help everybody along. And I really have not seen that in other communities necessarily that I visit. So, when things are heavier in the world and there's things happening all the time throughout history, that really local wanting to help neighbors or friends or community, that's one of the most beautiful things that I think can happen. And I think Comox does a really amazing job at it. It's one of the most kindest places that I've ever had the pleasure of being in. So it's great to be the mayor of a community that has that mentality. It's all about people here, and it's a beautiful community for that.
I love that. More kindness, more neighbors helping out neighbors, and more people thinking about their communities, caring about their
it's more of it's like an us versus I, or it's very much about everyone moving forward together, and I honestly see that every single day here. So I would encourage everyone to think about that even on a daily basis, is what can they do for their neighbor or their friend or someone in their community versus sometimes you worry about the harder things or those things, but focusing on that kindness is honestly what makes Comox really special.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. If you could just look into that camera,
sure,
and just invite people to Comox.
Yeah. Invite people to Comox.
Yeah, general, not even just for the 80th anniversary, just to Comox because it's the kindest place in the world. Yeah.
So we welcome you to visit the town of Comox. I'm in the Comox Museum right now, and we welcome you to come to visit. And it's the kindest place in the world and the best place to be.
That's what's up. Thank you so much, Mayor Minions. Thank you so much. And happy birthday, Comox.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary, Comox.
I appreciate it.
And there you go. In case you needed it, that's your official invite to visit the town of Comox, the kindest place in the world. And I can totally testify to the kindness of the people of this town. I've seen it, I felt it, I have loved it. Tell you what I don't love though, mathematics in the wild. Like when I tried calculating what year my next guest first arrived in this town.
I'm Yves, and I'm a resident here of Comox for the last, 17, 18 years now.
17. When did you move here? 90, that's 95? No, 2005?
2005, 2003 I moved here, I think.
Nice. My math is horrible. You said 17 years and I was trying to calculate that. I couldn't do it. Let me ask you this. What's one of your favorite things about Comox?
It's the parks.
Yeah.
The parks and the waterfront. I mean, they're so nice. They're so invigorating. Trails are beautiful. I mean, it's just a great place to come and relax and enjoy life. I mean, you can leave it all behind you, right? You can just go through the parks and just enjoy, whether it's water and it's streaming down the streams or whatever, the ocean. It's just a nice, relaxing area to come to. So,
do you have a favorite park or trail? Do you have one that you frequent along?
One in particularly. I guess my goal is always to try to do all the trails around here. And that was our family goal, has been to do that, try to get around to all the parks and trails around and enjoy them for what they all offer. And they're all different and unique and offer different kinds of nature sites to see. And, it's just a wonderful place. Like there's so many that it's just great. You can change every day.
You are getting your steps in for sure,
Absolutely.
Right?
I do get my steps in every day.
So I want to ask you this question that ties into the theme of this podcast, which is more of that, please. Let me ask you this, Yves. What's one thing you would advise everyone to do at least once in their life?
You got to visit a place that's close to your heart. If you haven't been there. For me, it was Quebec City. I have a French background and I never lived in Quebec City, so I took my wife there a few years after we got married, and it's the most fantastic place to visit. The food is outrageously good. The sceneries are great. We went in wintertime, so it's even that much more fun. You can dog sleigh. You can do all kinds of things if you hit the right time. You go down during carnival time, and it's just perfect. So that would be one of my favorite places. I've been to Europe, so I love Europe as well too. But I do love Quebec City for what it offers. So.
Nice. So as you know, the podcast is called More of That, Please. So we're trying to, from the answers that people give, we try to figure what they want to see more of in the world. And maybe for you, it's people, you said people traveling to the destinations of their dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to do those. There's no sense of parking them and finding excuses why you don't want to go do that. Just get up, do it, and enjoy it, because you'll regret it if you don't, right? So
that's
you
it.
just got to find the places that are into your heart, and just pack up the bags and go for it. It's
I love that.
absolutely worth it. You only live once, right? So you got to live on this earth and just enjoy it while you're here.
YOLO. You only live once.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Yves. And you know what? Next summer or next winter, Quebec City. I should just make my way there, right?
Perfect. You should.
Beautiful.
You go to the end of January, beginning of February during Carnival. It's a whole lot of fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Yves. Thank you for hopping on the podcast.
No problem. My pleasure. And enjoy this very much.
His name is Yves with a Y, and that Y is for YOLO. You only live once. Yves says less waiting, more traveling to the destinations of your dreams. Do it sooner rather than later. Just go. Before you head out, though, I got another amazing guest on the way. Someone who taught me a brand new way to introduce myself that I am totally about to overuse.
My traditional name is Malidi, and my taxpayer name is Nicole Rempel. I'm the elected chief councillor of Comox First Nation. Everyone loves that line. I'm the elected chief councillor of Comox First Nation, currently serving my 4th term.
I love that. I always say government name. I've never heard taxpayer name.
Yeah.
I am using that from now on. Because I tell people my name's Charlie, but my government name is Charles. But now, yeah, my taxpayer name is Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you so much for hopping on the podcast, Nicole. The podcast is More of That, Please. So what we're looking to find out is what people want to see more of in the world. So I'll ask you, Nicole, what's something that you would like to see more of in the world? What do you believe would make the world a better place?
More empathy.
More empathy.
More empathy.
Talk to me.
There are so many people struggling with addictions, with being unhoused, with the high cost of living, and wages not increasing at that same level, and really struggling. There's people with diverse abilities and various struggles, right? And I think people get so egocentric in the way they go about their day that there's this real lack of empathy that I think the world could use a lot more of.
So sometimes people might want to be empathetic, but it's not the easiest thing to do sometimes. What are some of the things that people can do? What are some exercises, some methods people can use to be more empathetic? Is it hanging out with more people in their community, seeing how they live? Is it talking to more people? What are some of the things that people can do to build that empathy?
Yeah, I think first acknowledging, people that we see struggling in the streets, just that simple acknowledgement, a simple greeting, a smile, things like that go a long way.
I see you.
Yeah, you need to be felt. You need to feel like you've been seen and heard, right? Mm-hmm. And so for me, that's, a simple conversation, can go a long way in people's lives, really building an understanding of who people are. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So I love that. So like if you're walking, like even a nod, even a hello, even like just acknowledging that I see you. I just recently watched the last installment of the Avatar movie. Mm-hmm. Have you watched them?
I haven't seen the latest.
So, but if you know of them, like they have, I can't remember the Navi way of saying it, but saying I see you. Yeah. Which is so important. So when someone feels like you see them, that's the beginning of empathy. The fact that you're not assuming, you're seeing a human being.
For sure. And I've traveled to a few different countries in the world, and even just that simple greeting, I think Wales and Ireland were my 2 favorite places. Everybody greets each other. It's always very cheery, and you see people, you talk, it's an opportunity to connect. right?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love
If
that.
you're staring at your phone or you have your headphones in all the time, you're in your own kind of little thing and not taking the opportunities
Love
that are
that.
there.
More empathy, less assumptions, more acknowledgement
Yeah.
of your fellow human being. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for that,
appreciate
Nicole.
that conversation.
And happy 80th anniversary to Comox.
Absolutely.
There we go. Awesome. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Well, Nati Kamaye. That's how the Navi from Avatar say, I see you. Now, in the movie, it has a much deeper, more spiritual meaning, but in our real world, I think we should always try to, at the very least, acknowledge the existence of our fellow human beings all around us. It is super important that. Now, as I mentioned, these interviews that you're listening to were recorded during the town of Comox's celebration of 80 years since incorporation. And my next guest on the mic, he served as the town's chief public representative for 10 of those years.
I am Paul Ives. I was mayor of the town of Comox from 2008 to 2018, and be pleased to be here for this event.
Nice. 10 years. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun, and we did a lot of things, and the town continues to grow and to prosper. So it's good to see some of the important work that was done during my time, but also prior to that.
Yeah, and now the town is 80 years old. Can
Yeah.
you imagine we're actually talking to Mayor Minions about how, like, even the start of the incorporation of the town in 1946, right after the war, there was the earthquake,
Yeah.
a fire, economic turmoil, and like from all of that, it's like a phoenix rising from all those ashes. It's a really amazing story.
Well, it really proves the resilience of the community and tackling those challenges. When I first got to be mayor, it was 2008, the global financial crisis.
Oh,
And so what we were able to do is work with senior levels of government to get some grants to do some more infrastructure to keep people working.
yeah.
And so that was a great thing. And we've added things like expanding our rec center, do bike lanes, improve the tennis courts, and add more parks to the mix. So always there's opportunities to make things better. And I think that's what most elected officials want to do is
Yeah.
abide by that camping ethos of leave the place in a better condition than when you first started. So
I love how you approached, like, a lot of people would hear that, oh, I'm becoming mayor in 2008 with the financial crisis, but you take it as an opportunity to build and improve and help people. I love that.
yeah, and you look at what's happening in Canada right now, where the federal government is looking to diversify its trading relationships with the world and to
Yeah.
spend more money on the military.
Uh-huh.
We have a military base here, which has been a big part of our community for many, many years, since 1940s.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of our community. So that'll be another opportunity for our community to benefit from more housing for military people. And, always trying to have money spent on things like infrastructure, like we had this past summer with the sewer pipes and everything else that was going on at Comox Hill.
Yeah. So seeing challenges for the opportunities that they are. I love that. You were the mayor of Comox for 10 years. You are, I can call you an expert in your field and what you did, because you do it for 10 years. You're an expert by that point. What's one thing that you would add to every village, every town, every city in the world that you feel would make the world a better place?
I think the most important thing in a smaller community like ours still is, and in any other community across Canada, is to encourage public engagement. This town is going through a community plan review.
Yeah.
And encouraging people to participate in that to set the stage for the community, how it's going to look over the next 20, 30, 40 years. And I think that's really important. And civil discourse in the age of social media is not always makes it easy. But I think if we give opportunities, especially to younger people, to allow them to participate in that, and having gathering spaces like our rec center, like this facility here, to let people engage at a more informal level. It's not everyone wants to go to a public meeting and do that.
Yeah.
But to have that opportunity for people to feel like they're part of the community. One of my best things I used to do as mayor is welcome grade 3 or 5 classes coming into the town hall, and they would bring their parents. And we would talk to them about, what do you think we do here?
Yeah.
And the lights would go on to these kids, but also their parents. and they would start to understand how important it is. So
I love that because a lot of places, like especially like not just local government, but government in general, a lot of people don't feel involved. Like even when it comes to voting, you're like, why would I even do that?
Yeah.
That's those people who run everything. But
Yeah.
when the community is more involved, more engaged, you understand what democracy is. It's not like like the group of people who run everything. It's you. It's an extension of you. You make the
Right.
decisions. You decide what happens, and you have a say in what happens. So that's really beautiful.
yeah, and the greatest thing about local government, for the most part, in smaller communities, there's no party politics. It's all individuals who put their names forward, get elected. Diversity of views.
Yeah.
They sit around a table, try to work things out.
Yeah.
As a mayor, you have one vote.
Yeah.
So if you, as a mayor, want to get something done, you got to get some other people on side.
And and show them why this works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like really go like, this is why we should do this.
Yeah.
And if your plan makes sense,
Yeah.
then it gets done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Okay. More public engagement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank you
Ed.
for your time.
Thank you for your service.
All right, good
Thank
job.
you. Really solid point there from Paul about more public engagement. Now, speaking very personally, I don't engage as much as I should in matters government and public decision making, and that's probably the reason why I personally feel disconnected and even uninterested in voting and government. I feel like it's this whole different group of people running things that has nothing to do with me, even though it has a whole lot to do with me. Now, I should make an effort. We all should make an effort to get more involved in these matters. So thank you for the advice, Paul. Now, moving on to my next guest. Attend hut. Why do they say hut, actually? Isn't it meant to be attention? If you know why, enlighten me in the comment section. I would love to know why they say that. Anywho, attend hut. The colonel's in the building.
I am Colonel Chris Shapka. I'm the base commander here in Comox.
Nice. How long have you served in the military?
I joined in 97, so I'm coming up on 29 years right now.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
29 years.
29.
How's that been for you in terms, if you could describe it in one sentence?
One sentence. That's tough. It's been great, broad experiences, I would say. Like
Nice.
I've enjoyed it so much just because I've had the opportunity to try so many things, do so many things, go so many places. So broad experiences, I would say, are a couple words. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for your service. So we're in Comox right now, 80th anniversary. How long have you lived in Comox?
Well, this is my third time. So I've been here for about a year and a half this time, but about 20 years ago, I was posted here.
Yeah.
I was here for 4 years back then. And then about 12 years ago, I was here for another 2 years. So it'll be 8 total when we finish this posting.
I have to ask this as someone who comes to the Valley, stays for 2 years and then leaves for a long stretch and then comes back later. Are you always shocked at how much things have changed since you were last here?
It's a good question. I was between the first and the second posting. So kind of 2001 to 5, there was a lot of change coming back in, 2011, 2012, right?
Yeah.
I didn't notice quite as much change this time though.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe the pace of change has slowed a little bit. I don't know.
Or maybe you were expecting it, so you're like, yeah, I remember it changed a lot, so you were expecting it to change.
Maybe you might be right. Yeah.
Maybe that. Okay, awesome. So, thank you for hopping on the podcast. We ask people questions that lead us to understanding what they want to see more of in the world to make it a better place. So for you, Colonel, I would ask, if you were president of the world for a single day, right?
Okay.
What would you make free of charge for everyone?
If I was the president of the world for a single day and I could make one thing free of charge.
Yeah. Anything at all.
Books.
Books.
Let's go with books.
Talk to me about books, Colonel. What's the importance of books? How have they shaped your life or the lives of people around you? What's the power?
Well, I mean, learning, right?
Yeah.
Learning, education, being able to have access to information, being able to make judgments about what's good information, what's bad information, right? Just being able to distract yourself, reading a novel, just books. I think that'd be great if they were free. And they are libraries, right? But not for everybody.
Not everywhere as well, because I think that's something else that you realize living in Canada and living in a community such as Comox, where a lot of like public services are available and free. Sometimes you might forget how fortunate we are. So the fact that you've said like making them free everywhere in the world is such a powerful thing. And books are beautiful because how we process written words, because when you read a book, how the author wrote it and what they intended, it's slightly different than what you picture in your mind. Like when you read Harry Potter, have you read?
I've read it. Yeah, I've read it.
So the image that you had of Harry in your head is different from the image J.K. Rowling had in her head. It's different from the image I have in my head when I read those books. So books actually help us build our imagination because we're not relying on people to show us what we want to understand. Our brain paints this elaborate pictures in our mind. So books are powerful in doing that.
You know what, when you're talking about that, what I'm thinking of is, is when you read a book and then you go see the movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, well, that's not right. That person's not supposed to look like that.
But then you realize
because it's all your imagination, isn't
it? Exactly. So books actually do help our imagination and help that part of our brain that can imagine beautiful and unimaginable things, and you bring them to light. So more books in the world and more people reading. Do you read often? Are you an avid reader?
You know what? So it depends on the time of the year. They're like in the winter, I like to read. I read a lot in the winter. I just get busier at other times of the year, and so I do a little bit less of it. So I kind of got a cycle, right?
What are you reading right now?
I'm reading a book called The Women. It's about the Vietnam War. It's about a woman who, American woman from California who became a nurse. It's fiction. Nice. But she became a nurse and went over to Vietnam, and what her experience was like there, and what her experience was like when she came back to the U.S. as well.
Beautiful. Yeah. Amazing. What's it called? The Women. The Women. Okay, cool. I'll look for that at my local library. Thank you so much. Thank you for your service, and thank you for hopping on the podcast with us.
Thank you.
Colonel Shapka is a perfect embodiment of that popular quote about books. You know what they say, today a reader, tomorrow a leader. More books, please. Next up on the mic, we have another amazing, prolific leader, a man who has dedicated almost his entire life to serving his community.
My name's Gord Schreiner, and I'm the fire chief in Comox here.
Nice, fire chief in Comox. How long have you been fire chief?
I've been the fire chief since the year 2000, so just over 25 years.
What?
And I've been in the fire department for 50 years. I started in the fire department in 1975, so...
You've been in fire longer than most of us have been
alive. Yeah. I don't feel that old, so that's interesting.
No, you don't. 50 years?
I'm 68 years old now, and I've been on the fire department since 1975. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your service.
And I've been to thousands of calls, probably somewhere between 10 and 20,000 emergency events over those years.
I can imagine like how scary some of them must have been.
Yeah, there's been a lot of big fires over the years, a lot of bad fires, fatality fires. But there's been a lot of good news stories too, where we actually saved somebody's life and things like that. So we try to balance it all and, keep a positive attitude about it as best we can.
Thank you so much to you and to your colleagues for doing that for us.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, our pleasure. I do this because I love doing it. So
love it. So how long? So you've been fire chief 20. You said how many years?
25 years. 25
years. Been in the fire service for 50 years. Have those all been in Comox? How long have you lived in Comox?
They've all been in Comox. So I came to Comox in about 1967, and I joined the fire department in 1975. And again, I'm still there today. I should retire, and I'm planning on retiring the next year or two. But I've been saying that for a couple of years.
They will. I'm sure they're trying everything they can not to lose you. Well, sure.
My health is good. I enjoy the job and enjoy the people I work with.
Okay, that's amazing. Yeah. Okay, so the name of our podcast is More of That, Please. We want to find out what people want to see more of in the world.
Okay.
To get to that, we ask different questions. Like I would ask you, what's something that made you smile maybe today? Well,
today, just coming to this event, I was asked to come to this event. I didn't know what it was going to be all about. I didn't know what I should wear.
Yeah.
So obviously I've dressed.
Oh, you chose right. You chose right.
Yeah, I'm wearing what they call a tunic, which I don't wear very often, but proud to wear it.
Yeah.
So seeing the turnout here tonight, and because I've been in the community for over 60 years.
Yeah.
I know a lot of these folks. I looked around the room and I thought probably 150, 200 people in here.
Yeah.
I probably know 80% of them.
Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah.
I know their stories. So, they're coming up to me saying, well, I remember when you used to do this, or you used to do that,
Yeah.
In the fire department, I haven't always been full-time. I've been full-time for about 27 years. So before that, I worked in a grocery store and I've been around town doing other things. So,
So what I get from that is what you would like to see more of in the world is more community and more community events.
Certainly. I love community. I love helping people. I'm the type of guy that if you phone me up and say, hey, I need a hand building a fence or doing this, I'm there.
You're there.
I'm there the next day off or whatever.
Okay.
It tends to wear you out sometimes because I have a lot of friends that call me up often.
And they know you'll always show up.
And they know that I'll help them. And in my former life, I used to do some construction. So I'm pretty good at building fences or putting a roof on your house or putting a front door in your house or that. So I get a lot of requests for those type of things.
Okay. So you're that friend, because we all have that friend on our phone book when we really need someone to help us.
So I'm that friend. You buy me a coffee and I'll come and work for you for the day sort of thing. So
I love that.
Yeah,
so I guess what we will say is more community gatherings and more people helping out their
community. I think if we could get more of that out of the people helping out, and that kind of ties in with the fire department too. Our fire department is largely a volunteer department. So I need young people in our community to come and join the fire department, but want to commit for more than just a week or two. They want to commit for 2 to 5, 10 years, or 50 years.
Yeah.
If you just look at our fire department, without volunteerism or commitment, we wouldn't have a fire department. We're blessed here that we do have a lot of good support from the older people in terms of taxes and the budgets and things like that, but we really need more help with the volunteerism.
The young blood, the
young people that want to give back to their communities. And that's kind of where I come from. Is I like to give back. The town of Comox has been great for me. I want to continue to help until I can't. So.
And thank you so much for all you do and for all you do with your colleagues. 50 years of service. If I can look back on my life and see that I've given 50 years in service to the public, I'll be a happy man.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it's gone fast. I keep knocking off the benchmarks. I go 10 years, 20 years, and all of a sudden it's up to 50 years.
50 years. Yeah. Oh, you in the town of Comox, you're right there. Town of Comox turns 80, you turn 50 in the business.
So I've worked for the town for more than half of its history.
Nice.
So that's one reason why they brought me tonight, because I'm the old guy with a lot of history. So.
No, you're the veteran. You're the one who's been there for the whole.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of changes in the town of Comox. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your service. And thank you for hopping on the podcast.
Hey, thank you very much.
Awesome. 50 years of service. I can't even 50. Amazing. The town of Comox is super lucky to have a guy like Chief Gord. Absolute GOAT right there. Now, I was just about to wrap up my interviews for the night after speaking with the chief, but not before catching up with two of the bubbliest, most fun guests I've had on the mic in a long time.
Half the extremities are okay, not the full.
For context, we were talking about swimming in freezing ocean water on New Year's Day for the polar bear plunge. Now, once our roaring laughter had subsided, we got on with the last interview of the night with my amazing guests, who are named
Koreen, communications with the town of Comox.
Cammy, corporate coordinator with the town of Comox.
Nice. How are you enjoying Comox's 80th birthday? How's that going for you?
It's been really fun planning.
Actually,
and working.
How long have you been planning this for? 80 years?
80 years.
It felt like 80 years. No.
Felt like 80 years.
No.
But you've been planning it for a few months. Yeah.
We've been working with the mayor and behind the scenes.
Nice. I love that. And it's all coming together. Everything is, if this is a day 2, because
actual anniversary.
Yes.
14th.
Yes.
The 14th. But we've been celebrating from the 12th. It's from the 12th to the 18th.
The week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing and for setting all of this up and for inviting all of us to listen to the stories, to have the amazing cupcakes, to drink the bubbly. They're so beautiful, the cupcakes. I love that. Thank you so much. So the name of the podcast, thank you for hopping on, is More of That, Please. So we try to find out what people want to see more of in the world by asking different interesting questions. So the question that I would ask you is, what's one thing that you believe everyone should try at least once in their life? Koreen, you want to go first?
Well, living in Comox, I think everybody should visit our parks in the Comox Valley.
Yeah.
Like every park in the Comox Valley.
Yeah.
Mark them on your list and do them once.
Why? Why should someone do that?
I think you learn so much about our community and our region and about our nature and our culture and our history, and our parks are so beautiful.
Yeah.
People come here from all around the world and we live here, and a lot of people don't even experience one of our parks. And yeah, like there are so many parks in this place that are true gems.
Yeah.
And our nature is one of our biggest assets, I think, in this region. So I would say everybody needs to do that at least once, is go out and mark all the parks.
I think that happens all over the world, that you'll find a lot of places where in cities, towns, villages where something beautiful exists, visitors enjoy it more than the residents, which is always so weird. And it happened I'm from Nairobi, and it happened to me as well. Like a lot of times folks would come in from out of town and go like, oh, have you been to this place in Nairobi or in Kenya? And I'm like, no, I've never been there. And they're like, but you live here. And that happens in so many places. So I think what I would extrapolate from what you said is visit more
locally. Enjoy your own neighborhood.
There you go. Thank you for
Make a checklist, check it twice.
Yes.
Check it twice and just visit.
Thank you. My vocabulary had kind of run out, but yeah. What did you say about your neighborhood? Say that again.
Enjoy your own neighborhood.
Enjoy your neighborhood. Exactly. Because a lot of visitors come and enjoy your neighborhood and you're not. Visit, enjoy your own neighborhood. I love that. And also enjoy Comox parks and also there you go. Thank you so much. Thank you. Look, teamwork makes the dream work. I love it.
We love it.
Thank you so much for hopping on.
Okay, thanks.
So much fun and so much truth with Koreen and Cammy. Almost no one is a tourist in their own town, which is sad. Come on, go out there and enjoy your neighborhood. You'll be surprised at all the beauty that's so close and all around you. Take it all in. And that right there, my friends, seems like a perfect place to end this first episode of this new season of the show. Big shout out to everyone who did us the absolute honor of hopping on the mic to share their amazing ideas and thoughts. Also, big shout out to the town of Comox for having me for that amazing event. Happy 80th birthday, babes! And of course, biggest shout out to you for listening. And in case you're on YouTube, for watching this episode of the show, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. It would really help this podcast reach more and more people. In case you have any thoughts, ideas, or feedback, drop those in the comments. I would love to read those. And also, remember, if you know why they say "Atten hut" instead of attention, also drop that in the comments. My name is Charlie Karomi.
Can you say that again, please?
My name is Charlie Karomi, and you've been listening to More of That, Please.